seeing that, having that knowledge that they had accumulated so much, for me, I was really just waiting to see if I could get a good bounce in the morning and see what would happen. But I wasn't really planning on getting some monster move. I just kind of thought, this would be a good spot to get in. If this works, fantastic, right? So the main thing that I do, a lot of you guys, if you want a little bit of a helpful hint on taking reversals, one thing, if you're looking to kind of slow play them a little bit so that they're not quite as aggressive, is wait for the new 5-minute high.
All right, guys, sorry. I just, I'm recording this. I want to do a recap today, and Thor is on the chat room. He's doing his recap trade and review on PLTR. So as you see, Thor, doesn't do a lot of recaps. So he went in the pre-market long, sold some, and at the open, he took this opening range break up. So he sold some some of the stuff that he had from the pre-market, and then he went long. Don't bring it. Damn it. Or maybe it is. What's that? That's a 5-minute chart. That was a 1-minute chart, and then he went again long, and then he sold all the way up to this, and then he added a couple of times. Unfortunately, take it away. Damn it. Anyways, he's explaining his volume price analysis. Damn, he messed up my whole thing. But anyways, he had a really amazing trade on PLTR. I should actually put this one here. So yeah, Thor is doing his recap, and I was actually going to do the recap on his recap in the chat room. Anyways, okay, nice. He took it off. So that's so you see he went back long, added more. So he was from pre-market and then added more, and then he just went all the way up to this 29.60. Came down on the pullback he added, and he dropped to VWAP. He added more, and then again he's just probably because he had some here. He probably had break even somewhere around here or something. So he added more and then bounced back, and again he's went out of it. He's really nice trading on PLTR. So he's doing an amazing job doing a recap right now in the chat room. He doesn't post recaps all the time in the YouTube, but I just saw that's really nice, so I just wanted to do a recap. And then after he dropped, I think he got out at the break even or something like that. He's doing the recap. So I want to do actually my own recap. I had a very messy day, so I'm actually going to do my own recap. I'm long actually TNA only. I'm all out of my position. I'm just long TNA. IWM. So there are 3 important indexes in the market. So it's IWM, QQQ, and SPY. So these 3 indexes are the most important indexes that we have. And let me bring that time here. So SPY is 500 companies, S&P 500. IWM is called Russell 2000. It's 2,000 small companies in the market. It's a combination of that, and then QQQ is the 100 companies in the the 2,000 companies in the market, and QQQ is the 100 of the Nasdaq. So you can trade SPY IWM directly, or you can just trade ETFs that are leveraged and move faster than these indexes. So TNA is the leverage one for IWM. So instead of buying IWM, you can buy TNA. So that's actually what I did. So IWM was weak, so I added a little bit more on that for a reversal. Added more here, reversal, and went back near the VWAPs. I added more. Now, as you see, it's near 96. So because they're leveraged, so you can actually have a significantly higher return on them. They're really designed for trading, not investing. TNA is for IWM. TQQ is for QQQ. I am actually long on TQQ on the other account here. So I have 2,000 shares of TQQ. It's running up because I anticipated this reversal in the market. And for SPY, there's something called SPXL, which is again the leverage of this. So instead of trading them directly, because they're moving not much, 1%, 2% a day, you can actually trade these leverage ETFs. Brian trades them a lot. So right now I'm on long TNA, so I can actually sell 10% here. So like 10% of my position here. This is TNA. So I'll just press 10%. There you can see I just got filled 300 shares, and then there's another 10%. You can just get filled here. You can see actually here, that's in 96.12. So you can actually see them in time and sells, like 25. You could see probably 250 shares. If I press another one, see, yeah, there you go, that 254 that you see here. So they're really good to trade if you want to trade the whole market. So these are designed for trading, and they're leveraged. So Direction is the company that providing them. They're a mixture of future contracts and optional contracts. So they design it in a way that mathematically it moves 3%, 3 times of IWM. So like TNA in this particular, if IWM move 1%, TNA moves 3%, because that's the bull of 3 times leverage. That's what we call them. So that's TNA. I'm going to hold TNA because I think we get a reversal on that. So that's TNA and position. But I want to actually recap my EH trade, because it was a heck of a trade that I did. I've never actually had a trade that I get such an amazing move on it. So in this particular case on EH, I traded from $40, $48 all the way up to $74, and it was just an amazing trade that I did. It was some sort of a 1 minute opening range breakup. So, sold off at the open, but as soon as I saw this squeeze coming in with the heavy volume, I went long at 48. It did pull back a little bit on a 1 minute shot. I added more as soon as it came above and made a new 1 minute high, and sold toward 54, came down, and I added more again at 51, all the way up, went to 70. I got out, came down, I added more again, still they're all one position. And at 65, went all the way up to 74, and then reached to this moving average on a 5 minute chart, which is a very, very strong resistance, and rejected that, came down. I added more again here at 66. I was hoping to get back to this, and it just came down a drop. I gotta stop that, because I scaled out a lot, and I added here and I added here, and my average somehow came around 63. And I have a rule that I'm not gonna really let a position goes negative for me when I'm actually taking profit on that. So that was a really nice trade. The reason that I'm doing it was just because I've never actually in my life traded something at $48 all the way to, so $30 move on it was just amazing. That's done that. So EH was the best trade. I had a messy, back up to 70. I think actually really slowly grinding up. Yeah, a 5 minute chart, it actually broke that, so it might actually go up back for the high of the day, but I'm not going to trade it. I'm just holding this TNA position here. As you see, it's just going up. Yeah, I think TNA is doing a reversal on this. So that's it. I had a really hard time on some of these low float stocks. CLPS was one of them that it was really messy. I traded that. Eventually I came out of it a little bit green, but it's just really messy. But the point that I wanted to mention in this recap is when you break the rule of your trade book, it's going to be messed up. So I have a rule that don't trade in the first minute. I've traded in the first minute. Every time that I break this rule, I'm going to pay for this price. And, CLPS, I just jumped in at 14, just suddenly huge drop, and I had to get out of it at 13 with a heavy loss on it. And it just messed my whole day. And after that, I did make a couple of trades on it. It went all the way up to 20, and I was in there. Brian and I were both in there. But it turned out to be a little bit messy, and I really don't want to get in there. But the recap that I want to do here is just every time, if I was waiting for 1 minute, it never really did the 1 minute opening range breakup. And I wish that I wasn't really getting this FOMO on a stock that is so extended from the VWAP in the pre-market and even at the open. So, stock has $14, VWAP has $12, that's $2. That's almost 20% above the VWAP. So you really shouldn't mess around with the stocks that are way above the VWAP. Anyways, I got the FOMO and I really paid the price for it. And after that, it just messed up my whole trading. So the main point of this recap is really just having those rules for your trade book. And for 1 minute opening range breakup, I need to wait for 1 minute. And every time that I'm actually messing with this rule, I'm gonna pay a really, really bad price on that. And yeah, CLPS was a low float stock, and now it's just slowly grinding back up. But again, 1 minute, it really never did a 1 minute opening range breakup. And even if it did pop up a little bit, but just because this huge rejection, it would have been a really good short, but the stock is not shortable. So it really sold off heavily to $10. It's a 4 million share float stock, and it's really dangerous to trade it. Eventually, Brian and I did it, trade it toward 20, but he traded better than me. But generally, it was just tough. So that was a quick recap. I mean, I just wanted to do the recap for Thor on his PLTR trade. I didn't trade PLTR. It was an amazing trade. He was in the chat room doing the recap. But yeah, so just SPY, IWM, QQQ, these three main indexes of the market. You know, you can trade them, but they don't move much. So if you really find a pattern in these indexes, instead you can go and trade TNA, TQQ, and SPXL. These are with the same direction of the market. But if you want to trade them the opposite, like if you want to short SPY, what you can do is you can actually do SPXS, I think, is the opposite of the market. So SPXS, yeah, so it's a direction S&P 500, but it's in the bear, it's a bear 3 times. So it means that if the SPY goes up 1%, this one goes down 3%. So if the SPY goes down 3%, 1%, SPXS goes, S is, you know, stands for short, so it goes up 3%. It's the opposite of them. It's a bear. So, you know, instead of shorting the market, you can just buy SPXS because the value goes into the opposite direction. Regardless, same as TQQ, I think we have another one called SQQQ, which is the reverse of NASDAQ. So as you see, the market was selling off today. This one is going up. So you can trade them in direction. They are really designed for trading. They're really not designed for investing, because if you get into the range, they slowly decay just because the nature of how they're designed. At the end of the day, they rebalance them. But regardless, you know, I think it's good to know them. Brian used to trade them a lot, but I was really never trade them. But now I'm just getting more and more. And TNA, the reverse on that would be TZA. I think it's TZA, yeah. So again, the direction is the company that is providing them. Small cap, which is IWM, is the bear of 3 times. All right, so that's a quick recap for me. I did trade other stuff. I had a really bad loss on SOS. I don't want to get in there. But generally, you know, just that was a recap of me and Thor and PLTR. Let's see what Thor is doing. Let me bring and see what he's doing right now in the chat room. Yeah, he's still trading PLTR. So as I mentioned, he just went up, got a really nice move on it, and then he did bounce, and then he goes up. And it's just perfect entries and exit that Thor is doing. He's a really good trader. All right, guys. So I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna swing this TNA and this TQQ that I have. So let's see what it does. They're doing pretty good right now. The market is kind of recovering, and I'm gonna hold this position and see how it does for tomorrow morning. And I'm gonna sign off. Thank you so much, guys, and see you tonight in webinar. So let me bring the webinar page as well, because it's worth mentioning that. For the community, guys, we have a bunch of webinars every morning. So go to the webinar page. So click on the webinar page, and the list of all of the webinars are here. Every Monday, we have an onboarding that Carlos, Mike, and Kyle are doing. And then just after that, Kyle is going to come talk about the technology and the hotkeys and every question that you might have. Every Tuesday, so the next Tuesday, we have Amen. And we have the list of all of them, so we're going to update that. Psychology, we have the mindfulness coach Neda is going to talk about the patients, and then we have Dr. Katz, and after that we have Dr. Kenneth Reed. And every Thursday, Thor is going through his mentorship session that is good for elite members. If you have any questions, just email him, thor@bearbultraders.com, and he's going to walk you over through that. So that's the recap, guys, and talk to you soon, guys. So I'll see you tonight in the class for Neda, if not tomorrow morning in the chat, guys. Cheers.